waistline is good right where it is at the top of the waistband. Belt line is good right here at the top of the letters. Ladies, let me remind you, you are fighting for the first undisputed women's heavyweight championship of the world. You know what's expected of you. Obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
A historic moment and a dream homecoming for Claressa Shields as she looks to add to an overflowing trophy case. But tonight, Danielle Perkins hopes to turn this dream into a nightmare.
You ready? You ready? Box.
Our main event is underway. Claressa Shields, Danielle Perkins, the undisputed women's heavyweight title on the line.
And you can see right away just a significant size advantage in there for Danielle Perkins. Like the rehydrated into the 190s, Claressa Shields maybe got into the low 180s. That's going to be something Danielle Perkins has to try to take advantage of if she's going to have a chance to win this fight.
Perkins looks huge. She looks tall, wide shoulders, strong. She's definitely the heavier fighter. Shields is going to be careful in these early rounds because Perkins, she may be the older fighter, only 5'5", but she's still a bigger, stronger fighter in there. And this is the problem when you're going up in weight. You got to be careful of the power. You can't take it for granted.
Three-punch combination there for Shields. The right hand certainly breaking through, as did that one.
And I love that Perkins is coming out aggressive on the front foot, not intimidated by the quote.
And that's one of the things that Claressa mentioned during weigh-ins, that really made her nervous, that Perkins has absolutely no respect or fear against her one-time dear friend.
You know, Watch your feet. Danielle Perkins does have good power in that straight left hand, but she's a little slow to bring it back, and that's why these counter shots of Claressa Shields are probably going to be her best weapons.
And these are those early moments, Sergio, that you and I were talking about, where Shields counters in that opening round and just saps the confidence of her opponent.
She takes the confidence out of him with the foot speed, with the combinations. Claressa Shields, one of the best combination punchers in boxing. She puts them together. Quick hands, quick feeds, good combinations. Everything's flowing.
But watch that right hand. It's coming all the way from the back, and she's supporting it with her right leg. It is nice and steady. Consistent for that power punch that has done wonders for her career.
A big fighter. Shields is going to have to jab her way in and respect the size of Perkins.
Round two underway, and Chris Mannix, Danielle Perkins talked about kind of the boredom that she felt in her career, waiting for opposition and competition. She's found it here tonight.
Well, she's taking a major leap up in competition against Claressa Shields. One thing Claressa, I think, probably should do early on is target that body. Claressa Shields is not a big body puncher. Statistically, her numbers are way down, but against a tall, long fighter like Danielle Perkins, those body shots are going to be available.
It's going to be hard for Claressa to break that long reach. I love the way that Perkins is fighting tall. She's fighting tall, and she has that left hand caught. Shields has to respect that left hand, so she needs to break that range with jabs and foot feints.
And what do you think about Perkins widening her stance the way that she has for this fight?
Hey, listen, some fighters love wide stance. It's okay with them. You don't lose power doing that as long as you're athletic. Perkins has that athleticism.
And she's always on that toe on her left leg, just almost like to catapult a nice power punch on her left hand. Watch how she just puts the foot out, always supporting that pivot.
Perkins trying to use that length from the lead hand, keep Shields at bay.
I don't know what you guys think about that. Chin is too out there. She's overreaching just a tad bit. Perkins might open up for a nice uppercut coming from Claressa.
Shot to the body there. Right hand, right along the belt line of Danielle Perkins with 20 seconds remaining in the second round.
Perkins has the right idea of being on the back foot. You know, it's going to be hard for Shields to break that range when she's on the back foot.
A good right hand.
Beautiful right hand.
As we come to the end of round two.
from that.
Yeah, but Perkins got to be careful, Sergio. One thing she talked to us about this week was being cognizant of how far she can fall behind in these early rounds. She is looking to land that one big shot, but she knows Claressa throws some eye-catching punches that are clearly going to get the attention. There it is. Punches that are clearly going to get the attention. There it is.
It was a big overhand right landed by Shields. It would be smart for her to go back down to the body. That right hand will be there again.
Big left hook to the body. Shields pouring it on.
Perkins is hurt, guys. Wait. Perkins is hurt.
And Perkins topples over. I think she got tangled up with the referee, but she is on wobbly legs.
Absolutely. She has not recovered. She has no legs from underneath her at all.
The crowd is going wild here in Flint.
Danielle Perkins cannot just stand there. Claressa's really loading up on these right hands.
Stop! No, stop. Get back.
It's going to be an overhand right by the Growth. She's looking for that overhand right.
10 seconds. 10 seconds, ladies.
From the first round, we saw that overhand coming.
And 3, box out.
How about
One more right hand from Shields. And that will do it for a wild round 3.
That punch is going to land again.
But we saw it from the very beginning. That's exactly what she walked into. She wants to finish it off because the question has always been her power.
Round 4 underway. And the crowd takes a brief reprieve in what is otherwise one of the most electric fight atmospheres that we've been in some time for this main event. See if there are any adjustments that Perkins can make here. Nice counter left hook over the top there from Shields with her back against the ropes.
Shields being very economical with the counter punches. She doesn't want to exchange with the bigger fighter. Really smart of Shields. She's pot-shotting. She's looking for the right shot, the big shot, instead of throwing combinations like she normally does.
Sergio, you can see the eyes of Claressa Shields locked right in on the midsection of Danielle Perkins. I think she's waiting for that right hand to let go so she can launch it right of her own.
Yeah, they're both trying to counter each other's counter. Shields is such a smart fighter, man. You can see that she's trying to land something big over the lazy jab.
Beautiful triple jab right there. She's creating a space for that punch that you just mentioned, Lance.
Perkins trying to fire back with that left hand and sails over the top. And Sergio, this is also the sign of an elite counterpuncher, a dangerous counterpuncher. Shields at times just planting her feet, but the threat of that hand speed is just too much.
Corey, you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. She's inching her feet closer and closer to the southpaw stance just to land a big overhand shot again. She's not going to go punch for Perkins. She wants a big shot, the money shot.
Left hand to the body, the feet got tangled, and that will do it for round 4. This crowd has been losing its collective mind throughout this main event a couple of times. Shields has had Perkins hurt. And a ring walk to remember. Certainly an evening to remember for the fans here in Flint watching their hero come back home, vying for the undisputed heavyweight title.
May I just ask Sergio real quick, do you think at this point in time, Claressa is setting up a trap and allowing Perkins to close the gap so she can look for that big body shot that Chris Maddox was talking about, looking for that body not only in the sides, but in the solar plexus?
I think Claressa Claressa understands who she's under, who she's fighting, but she's trying to set up her overhand right. That's the punch that actually hurt Perkins earlier, and that's the exact same punch that's going to land again.
Right there.
Coming up short right there because she's not stepping in deep enough.
Yeah, and I think Claressa Shields can afford to be patient here. In addition to only having 5 professional fights under her belt, Danielle Perkins has never been the 10-round distance. So the deeper this fight goes, the better it's likely going to fare for Claressa Shields.
And there it is. There's that overhand right. Came up short. You can see that Shields is not looking eye to eye to Perkins, looking at the chest of Perkins.
Well, the right came up short there, Sergio, but she followed through with a left hook that did connect. So that may be something that Shields can think about as well.
See, this is one thing about hurting your opponent early. You start winging your shots with too much power. Shields needs to go back, get composed, and jab her way in. Just like that. That power jab right there that she caught. Perkins coming in with.
A bit of rough stuff on the inside. Again, that friendship between Shields and Perkins, it has dissolved, at least for the duration of this fight.
You know, I like the fact that even though she hurt her, she's not willing to just expose herself and just go for the jugular. She's taking her time. She's being very prudent in the way she attacks Perkins.
Closing moments here of round 5. Claressa Shields in control.
And came back with that left hook. She's able to get away with that because she's so athletic with her feet.
Watch out. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. You okay? You good? Okay. We good. Let's go. Box.
Yeah, it looked like there's a spot on the canvas there. Maybe one of the boards beneath the canvas.
Take the chance. Control.
Shields tripped on there. Perkins pointing downwards at it.
That might have gotten damaged when Skylar Lacey crashed into it.
That's what I was about to say. The two big men probably cracked it. Not only that, but you got a lefty and a righty fighting, and you're always going to have that them tripping over each other's lead foot. And Perkins on the front foot now. I like seeing this from Perkins. I wanted to see this from her.
That's the position Perkins wants to be in. In front, pressing Shields against the ropes, in position to throw that straight left. But she got to let it go. In her last fight, she was willing to eat some counter shots to land those straight lefts. Not so much early on against Claressa.
Right hand to the body there from Shields. Again, coming behind it with that left hook.
Yeah, great hook from Claressa.
Huge right hand again. That one pops the head back of Danielle Perkins.
Shields just barely missing with big right hands. She's not jabbing her way in. If she doubles and triples up the jab, that right hand will land. Alternate that right. There it is.
But Perkins hasn't been able to adjust to that overhand right. She's taken every single one. Claressa has connected every single right hand.
Shields, as we know, she can be very dangerous with her back against the ropes as she winds up for a big right hand. Perkins can see that one coming. 15 seconds of round 6. A nice counter shot there from Shields.
10 seconds, ladies.
I'd like to see what Darnell Pierce says, because that right hand, even though it's not damaging like in a dramatic way, it's gonna chip away.
Yeah, I agree, Sergio. The jab she threw there was kind of a throwaway jab. She throws that more as a scoring punch. Get that guard down to Perkins. That right would have landed.
It's a game of inches, man, and it's all about footwork from the foundation up, and that's the only reason that punch didn't land. But it will be there again.
Perkins looking for that counter left hand as round 7 begins. And again, the widening of the stance that Perkins has assumed for this fight, that might have actually been what saved her from getting knocked out there. Just that extra inch that Shields has to reach upwards.
You know, there's a lot of great fighters that have been successful with a wide stance. You know, wide stance is fine. Your power doesn't go away if you're accustomed to that.
All right, Chris Mannix, how do you have this scored so far?
6 rounds to none in favor of Claressa Shields. That third round, where Claressa almost scored a knockdown, could have been scored a 10-8 round, but 10-9 across the board, 60-54 in favor of Claressa Shields.
I scored a 10-8 with full dominance by Claressa Shields.
Yeah, and I think that the length of time that Perkins was hurt for might have compelled some judges to give that one a 10-8 round also. You guys know you're not allowed to disagree with my scorecards when you're sitting at this table. Was that my contract? I didn't see it.
You have to wait till Twitter later.
Yes, we still love you.
Perkins looking for that left hand again.
Most
We're entering
appreciated.
that point in the fight where Perkins might be thinking about selling out.
No, I don't think that'll be right. Selling out against her. Shields is waiting for her to sell out. I think Perkins, she's looking for the left hand. She's not going to go punch for punch with Shields, Corey. I think that she's trying to set her up with a straight left hand or right hook, but it's going to be a single shot.
Big right hand again over the top. I meant Perkins selling out in search of the knockout, but Claressa Shields seems much closer to that ending than does Perkins, who gets locked with another right hand.
Hand three, ladies, hand three.
I am highly impressed with the way Claressa has been handling her weight. To maintain that output of punches is amazing. Her stamina, wow.
Let's go.
Round 8 now underway. What has in all likelihood been a complete shutout for Claressa Shields. It has been on Prismatics' scorecards. We would assume it is the same on the 3 judges' scorecards here tonight. Another right hand rains in from Shields.
Chris, the speed. This is the heaviest she's ever been. That has not affected her at all.
Hand three, ladies. Right. Step back, no punch. Step back. Hand three, work out of it. Work out. Let it go, Danielle. Let it go. Right.
I'm afraid Danielle has lost that fire that we saw as she walked into the ring.
I was about to say, Sergio and I were talking about this during the opening. The look that some fighters get when they're in there with Claressa Shields is almost a tangible loss of confidence, especially when they see Shields' hand speed. I think we're seeing that materialize in Danielle Perkins. As confident as she was coming into it, it seems like that's been taken away.
Not totally. Because I still see a little fight in Perkins. Perkins is not backing up. Yes, I see the intimidation. I see what you guys are talking about. But I still think that she's throwing the right shots. And she's doing what she can against a great fighter. But Shields is just too much. Shields is waiting to counter her. The hands are too quick. The feet are too fast. And yes, the intimidation is there. Lingering in the air.
Sergio, but think about it. She's thrown big punches, and yet Claressa's still coming at her with the same speed as she did in the first round. At the heaviest she's ever been. It's got to be frustrating at this point in time.
Closing moments of round 8. 2 to go here in our main event.
Elbow right there.
9.
Rough tactics by the glove right there, but there's a second look. Look, she's trying to break that distance with a flurry of punches, and it's not going to be as effective.
Round 9 begins. Undisputed women's heavyweight title on the line.
This is the fight I expected Perkins. Fight like the bigger fighter, smarter the fighter. Back up the glove.
Yeah, that's the meanness, that's the intensity that Perkins didn't seem to have in previous rounds.
And that's what I need to see.
Huge left hook there from Shields. Back Perkins up. But back comes Perkins.
Good job by Perkins there in that exchange, throwing with Claressa Shields. That's what she's got to do. I mean, the risk is you're going to get countered, and she's been countered all night long. But the only chance Danielle Perkins has to land a difference-making shot is punching with Claressa Shields and throwing that straight left hand.
Good shots there by Perkins, chopping right hands. Nothing ending cleanly, but that's still rocking Shields back, keeping her on the defensive. I like this tactic from Perkins.
You can't push.
Perkins playing a little bit of bully ball here. As Shields gets her back off the ropes and tries to walk Perkins back.
Stop! Go back.
Shields having to tap into her MMA experience a little bit in this round.
Hand three, ladies. Box out.
We might not think about it, but that adds to her flying hours.
Don't punch.
And the resilience and the grit, you can see it. She is literally not intimidated by a much bigger fighter, and she's taking every single punch Perkins is dishing and not moving.
Get back. Box.
Final 10 seconds of round 9.
10 seconds.
Better round for Danielle Perkins. But the Globe still in full control.
Time.
not just here to survive. Coming out here in the 10th round, pinning Claressa against the ropes, just looking for a home for that left hand.
Counter right hand there from Shields. Perkins gonna need something big to cause the shock upset here. She walked into another big right hand. Credit to Danielle Perkins, particularly for the final 3 rounds. She has been going for it.
Yes, she has, the last 2 rounds especially, and I didn't expect those 42-year-old legs to have that much of a bounce towards the later part of this fight, especially in the last round.
Especially when she's looking to land that big punch. And when she does connect, Claressa doesn't seem to be fazed by it. So she's still very much in the fight, but there's no real effect on Claressa.
Shields just too clever with her back against the ropes, riding and swimming through those shots.